Good morning. Good morning, Bookie Monsters. Hello, loves. Welcome to Thursday. Here we are, Thursday, September 28th. My name is PK. This is Bookie Monsters. And for the next 25 minutes, we are going to be looking at the new releases. Today, we're going to be looking at Cozy Mysteries, but these are the new releases this week, Monday through Friday. And just so we know that what's out there because we are Bookie Monsters. Let's get started. Hey, Mary. Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Getting ready for another show. Oh my goodness, you are. It is the busy season with Christmas coming up and so forth. I am so happy for you. It's going to go so well. Do you have enough stock? Crisp fall morning here in Virginia. Lovely. Yeah, we are in the 40s, I believe, this morning, and supposed to get up into the 60s. So we're cooling off a little bit. But it's still beautiful out, and I just love fall. Yeah, it says it's 43 out there. Brr. Gotta wear a jacket, but take it off by middle of the day. Update, currently reading The Running Grave. I'm on page 88. Killers of a Certain Age, listening, I'm at 75%. Murderbot, 22%. But my main book is The Running Grave. My mom wants to read the Kindle version now. She's ready for it. So it's difficult to have two people reading the same Kindle book on the same account because it keeps trying to switch to the person's page, and it's not your page, it's somebody else's page. So I have switched to the hardcover. Annalise, hello. Good afternoon, I think. Welcome. I'm so happy to see you here. Yes, indeed. Well, let's jump in. We are going to be looking at new releases this morning of cozies. And here we go. All right, coming out this week, Mistletoe and Murder to get into the season as we were talking about. This is by Diane Ashcroft. This one is a novella. It's only 56 pages. A swanky soiree, festive friends and foes, a murder under the mistletoe. Marge Kirkwood gets more than she bargained for at the Fenwater Association Christmas party, a bothersome blast from the past, and a corpse under a chandelier. I have a sneeze coming. Excuse me. Marge Kirkwood's friend Lois Stone is usually the one who stumbles across crimes that need solving, but not this time. Despite having to dodge a room full of mistletoe, Marge has high hopes for the Fenwater Association Christmas party. It has the makings of a great evening, one that she's spending in the company of her friends Lois and Bruce. Then an old high school admirer gets a bit too friendly before he drops dead under the mistletoe. Karma, it's a bitch. It's a sad end to the party and a worrying development for her ex-husband. Ted is suspected of the murder, and since Marge will not let her children's father spend Christmas in jail, she will have to find the real killer. And that is all the time we'll spend on that because it's just 56 pages. She's going to have to do it fast. Grave Wars. Perhaps a little bit more seasonal with Halloween. Novella length as well. This is 185 pages. This is by Gina Showalter and Jill Monroe. Jane Ladling presents the perfect fail-proof don't fall deeper in love with your boyfriend checklist. Remember the family curse? Check-ish. Keep your mind focused on his bid for sheriff. Check. Never find his competition debt in their home. Checkmate. For too long, Jane has lived in fear of a generational curse. Fall in love, lose the guy, marry him, and watch him die. Finally, guess you gotta get some boy toys. Sorry. Finally, this quirky ray of sunshine is determined to experience all life offers. With the help of the world's most amazing guard cat, she preserves Garden of Memories, a landlocked cemetery and heaven on earth. At her side is the best ragtag team of friends in history. Plus, she's dating the tastiest snack in Aurelian Hills, Georgia, Protective Grump and future Sheriff Conrad Ryan. There's just one problem. Someone murdered Conrad's only opponent. Of course, like any expert amateur sleuth, Jane dives heart first into an investigation, except the hotter the leads, the colder the case. From feuding neighbors to secret blackmailers and a missing crime boss, reality proves stranger than fiction. As new buddies and old enemies emerge, Jane will stop at nothing to uncover the truth. And maybe, just maybe, she'll win her own campaign along the way, being crowned Miss Happily Ever After. Sorry, snark is on my side. No wonder it's a novella. Yeah, we got an idea there, fleshed out. Okay, I think these are a little bit more meaty. A Sluggish Murder by L. Adams. Kindle Unlimited, 7th in the Wildwood Witch mystery series. That's a bright color. Robin Wildwood might know the reason. She was chosen as head witch, but she is ready to rise. Is she ready to rise to the challenge? Her grandmother's cranky ghost thinks not, and so do Robin's living family members. But at least she has the support of her squirrel familiar Tansy, her friends, and her new boyfriend Harvey. Demons aside, life is good. At least until the leader of the local flower club dies in suspicious circumstances, and a bizarre curse is unleashed on the town, causing monstrous slugs to wreak havoc in the gardens of Araminta's enemies. There seems to be a clear link between the curse and the murdered witch, but how can a dead woman have cursed half the town? Maybe that's why she's dead. Just saying. And why is there another red squirrel running around spying on her family? With demons knocking at her door, Robin has to pick her battles wisely, but even the head witch has little choice over her fate. If she doesn't solve the murder and stop the curse, she might lose her title before she ever gets the chance to prove herself against the demons. Very seasonal. My corgis would like that book. Indeed. Kyo's stuffed critter here at home is a squirrel. Yes. Kittens, cupcakes, and kerfluffles. I'm not surprised this is a cozy. By Amity Allen, 4th in series. When corporate secrets meet country charm, murder becomes the ultimate business plan. Kelsey's idyllic farm is falling apart. The need for a serious injection of cash leads her to invite the higher-ups from a multi-level marketing company to her place for their annual retreat. Unfortunately, the company founder is allergic to the kittens. To make peace, Kelsey moves them to the barn, but on her way back, she trips over the body of the company hype man. His murder sets off a chain of shocking revelations, and a family's dark secrets are uncovered in the deadliest way possible. As suspects abound, Kelsey reprises the role of amateur detective to protect her friends and felines. With time running out and danger lurking around every corner, she must unmask the killer before her loved ones become the next casualties, and her farm's fate is sealed forever. Okay. The Cursed Keepsake Caper by Miranda Rose Barker. 61 pages. The streets are reasonably quiet in Moonlight Hollow. Dark clouds loomed in the sky, signaling an approaching storm. Eleanor was closing her shop when an abrupt gust of wind startled her, sending an eerie shiver down her spine. She had a feeling. It wasn't merely the approaching storm that unsettled her. There was something else, an inexplicable sensation gnawing at her senses. No one in town was ready for what was coming. Unleashed from an ancient spell, a powerful and dark entity has been set free. Its release triggering a chain of events that set the wheels of fate in motion. In the blink of an eye, life in Moonlight Hollow could change forever. Embark on a riveting journey through engaging storytelling as the author skillfully weaves a tale brimming with nail-biting suspense. In only 61 pages. Tell that evil, be gone. And it was. Snarky. Oh my gosh. Coffee's required. Halloween at the Haunted House by Cindy Bell. Excuse me. 5th book in series. There's a documentary special being filmed at a haunted B&B on Halloween, and the bakery gets a last-minute order to cater cupcakes for the crew and guests. Maddie is reluctant to deliver the sweet treats because when she was there as a child, she got the fright of her life. but she plucks up the courage to go when her friends and family offer to join her. Then things get complicated when a ferocious storm hits and they get stranded at the house. The place is frightening enough as it is, but it gets a whole lot scarier when a real dead body is found. But this isn't the first person to die there. With no help able to get to them and being stranded with the murderer, Maddie and her sleuthing sidekicks do their best to ignore some spooky happenings and try to find the killer. They uncover a web of lies and secrets they need to untangle in order to get to the truth. Will they find the murderer before the body count grows even more? They must be hard up to find things to publish. 61 pages doesn't even make a novella. Surprised how many there seem to be. Well, a lot of these are Kindle Unlimited, which I think are independently published. So Amazon, aka self-published. To me, if you're writing something that's 61 pages, and then you're writing another 61 page book, and then another 61, put it all together and write one book. It's okay. All right. End rant. This has an adorable cover. A Furry Little Christmas by Lorian Berenson, a big name in cozy mysteries. All right. It's the most wonderful time of the year in Connecticut, but Melanie Travis and her brood of standard poodles finds surviving the holiday season deadlier than expected in these two cozy mystery holiday romps bundled together for your Yuletide pleasure. I started to read her books, gosh, 25 years ago, and she's still writing. Good for her. The perfect introduction to the delightful Berenson, this volume brings together two previously published novellas and five standard poodles set during Christmas in Connecticut. Wagging through the snow with a demanding teaching job and five poodles scampering around the house, Melanie Travis barely has energy for the upcoming Christmas rush. When an unexpected business venture leads to a dead body, Melanie must run through a flurry of likely suspects and muzzle a dogged murder in time, or she'll be next on someone's deadly list. And here comes Santa Claus. As Melanie attempts to deck the halls in a house overrun by pampered poodles, her event planner friend Claire is busy playing Santa for the wealthiest clientele on Connecticut's Gold Coast. But when Claire's stylish stint uncovers a dead body, Melanie and her nosy Aunt Peg dash into a dizzying investigation to rein in a sinister Kris Kringle before they're the next ones on someone's deadly wish list. Halloween Hustle. I'm zipping through these because there's so many of them and our time goes by so fast. And another novella. Kelly Brackenhoff. Cassandra Sato always goes the extra mile for her job, even when pushed out of her comfort zone to join the Halloween Hustle 5K charity run. But when a training run takes an unexpected turn and a body is discovered, she finds out that small town conflict can be deadly. Cassandra and her friends are in a race against time to identify the killer. Can Cassandra put the pieces together before she's permanently disqualified? They always end on a question, and the question is always yes. Just saying. Bake, Batter, and Roll by Catherine Bruns. Full-time baker and part-time sleuth Sally Muccio has witnessed many bizarre events during her lifetime. This is 13th in series, so yes, she's seen at least 13. But one thing she never expected to see was her sensible grandmother on a dating show. Senior Moments, the popular reality TV dating show featuring the aged 65 and older, has come to cold Western New York, giving the mature community a chance to find their soulmate. In an attempt to keep peace with the cranky and cantankerous Nicoletta Gavelli, Sal's grandma Rosa agrees to become a contestant along with Mrs. Gavelli on the TV show. But things take an even weirder turn when the show's host, Smiley Jones, is found dead in Sal's bakery, beaten to death with her rolling pin. The last thing Sal wants or needs is to get involved in another murder, but she soon discovers that Smiley Jones' life wasn't all champagne and cookies, which is probably not good together. From an estranged wife with dollar signs blinding her vision to a dressing room full of debts, Smiley had many issues to keep him from grinning. Between the calamitous contestants and the stacks of suspects and the danger mounting, Sal is worried this one is one Hollywood production without a happy ending. Can Sal find his killer before she winds up battered as well? Recipes included. That is not a poodle on the cover. Indeed, it looks like a beagle, which I adore beagles. Oh, could be. They always hire the models, even in dogs. We already looked at Murder by Invitation Only on Monday, and I actually have that one on my to be read. That one features the housekeeper of Agatha Christie, and it's actually quite good. Having a fudgy Christmas time related to the candy coated mysteries. This is by Nancy Coco. 'Tis the season for fudge and sleuthing. Carol is looking forward to finishing plans for the Mackinac Island Senior Center's Christmas ball, but when she arrives at the center, she finds the door jimmied open and a dead man inside. The victim is a local senior who seems to be have been sleeping in the center at night. But why? Although she promises Officer Rex Manning not to involve her book club in solving the mystery, Carol finds a way to fudge around that. Rallying her troop of silver-haired sleuths and with some support from Allie in between her batches of Christmas fudge, Carol sets out to discover which Grinch tried to steal this Christmas. All she wants from Santa is to get this case wrapped up with a bow. Quilt Complex. Southern Quilting Book number 19. Good morning, Kate. Hope everyone is well. You made it to live. Fantastic. Welcome. We appreciate that. We are looking at Cozy Mysteries today. The Cozy Mysteries being released this week. This is Quilt Complex by Elizabeth Craig, 19th in series. When a quilter unexpectedly perishes, it seems everyone has a quilt complex. In the picturesque village of Dappled Hills, the peacefulness is shattered when a local quilter is found murdered. Mona, known for her sharp tongue and penchant for stirring up drama, had made plenty of enemies in the tight-knit town, but who'd finally have enough of her shenanigans? As amateur sleuth Beatrice delves deeper into the case, she uncovers a web of secrets, lies, and motives. But just as she is closing in on the killer, another member of the quilting community is targeted. Can Beatrice solve the murder before the killer strikes again? And again and again? The Inn at Holiday Bay by Kathy Daly. 24th in series. Uh, After suffering a personal tragedy, Abby Sullivan buys a huge old seaside mansion she has never even seen, packs up her life in San Francisco, and moves to Holiday Bay, Maine, where she is adopted quite against her will by a huge Maine coon cat named Rufus, a drifter with her own tragic past named Georgia, and a giant dog with an inferiority complex named Ramos. What Abby thought she needed was alone time to heal. What she ended up with was an inn she never knew she wanted, a cat she couldn't seem to convince to leave, and a new family she'd never be able to live without. In book 24 in the series, love is in the air as one of Holiday Bay's favorite couples decide to wed. Abby is determined to give her friends their perfect day in spite of a series of unfortunate events that prove to be almost more of a challenge than she can handle. Don't see anything about a dead body. Ice Girls finished last by Reagan Davis. There are lots of food shops on Mackinac Island. Oh, I bet. I think my parents went there when they were younger. I've never been. That's a corgi, isn't it, Mary? Yes, a Pembroke corgi. Hooray! There we go. Oh, it's another novella. Uh, when Carla, her sister, and best friend happen upon a car wrapped around a tree on a dark, stormy night, they decide to take care of the amnesic accident victim and deliver her to safety. When they realize their biggest threat isn't inclement weather or flooded mountain roads, but an escaped serial killer known as the Ice Maker, they start to wonder about their mysterious passenger. Who is this mystery woman they found at the accident scene? Where is her purse, cell phone, and ID? Does she really have amnesia? Can they find their way to safety before they come face to face with the Ice Maker, or is it already too late? If you like humorous, cozy mysteries with a bit of small town Canadian life, a close group of fun, lovable characters, dogs, and cats, then there's something in this series for you. Now, novellas like this, I don't necessarily mind if it is part of a larger series and um, perhaps the author had an idea that wasn't fully developed, kind of a 1.5 kind of book that people might find and then be jump into the series for real. But those self-published ones that are just under 100 pages, written 24 times. I'm sorry, you're writing a book. Yeah, and read. Finding the Treasure by Marcia de Filippo. I'm saying that wrong. I apologize. This is second in series, but it says it came out on September 5th. Oh, they snuck one in on us. Death by Peppermint Cappuccino by Alex Erickson. Ah, here's a good one. 320 pages. 12th in series, The Bookstore Cafe Mysteries. Pine Hills, Ohio, bookstore cafe owner Chrissy Hancock has high hopes for this holiday season, but a Grinch with murder in mind is set to ruin the celebrations for everyone. Christmas has come to Pine Hills, and Chrissy's blooming relationship with Officer Paul Dalton has her in an especially festive mood. The cafe's new seasonal signature drink is a hit too, but not everyone shares the same holiday spirit. There are some loud complaints about businesses profiting off the season and losing focus on what Christmas is really about. And if on cue, a shop owner who had been price gouging his customers is found dead after receiving a mysterious gift. Chrissy doesn't want to let the troubling events put a damper on the holiday, especially with her father and his girlfriend in town. But when other shop owners are targeted, she has no choice. She needs to wrap up this case quickly before one of her friends, or even Chrissy herself, ends up on a Grinchy killer's deadly gift list. Wow, how's that for timing? The alarm went off. All right. Tomorrow, we might do some more of the um, Cozy Mysteries, being Friday. We might also do a wrap up of Spy versus Spy and see what we're going to be doing in October. Not sure yet. Not sure. We'll see what it feels like. In the meantime, we are out of time. How do I get started here? How does it work? Maybe you can clarify the question a little bit, but just like Randy's show, um, just show up Monday through Friday at this time, and then tonight we have reading sprints. And at least it's probably going to be too late for you. I'm sorry, but it'll be at 6:05 Mountain Time, 8:05 Eastern Time tonight for 2.5 hours. Bring your own book. We'll be reading for 2.5 hours, listening to some ambient music, and work on a hobby or meditate, whatever you want to do. If you want to, even if you want to tune in, Annalise, and close your eyes and fall asleep to it, that's okay too. It's just listening to some very nice music, and we check in at the top of the hour and see how many pages we're doing. But so yep, tonight we'll have reading sprints. Tomorrow morning will be the wrap up for the week, and then Saturday afternoon will be reading sprints again at 1 o'clock Mountain Time, 3 o'clock Eastern time, and that will go for 5 hours. So if you got a good book, good big book like I do to read, I need that time. What am I reading? I am reading. I always have time to tell you what I'm reading because I'm a bookie monster. Let me get to a page where you don't have so many ads and stuff here. Here we go. I'm listening to the audiobook of Killers of a Certain Age. I'm at about 75% on that, and that one's for Spy versus Spy September. And I'm reading Network Effect, the fifth book in the Murderbot series by Martha Wells. But the one I'm really focusing on is The Running Grave by Robert Galbraith, who is the pseudonym for J.K. Rowling. This is her Private Eye adult series. This is seventh in series and just came out on Tuesday, and it is 960 pages. So, and my mom has dibs on the Kindle version, so I'm reading the doorstop. But I am loving it. I mean, I like that series a lot, so it is worth it to me. It's just a big book. All right. Well, you guys have a good Thursday. Um, I mentioned on the member show yesterday that it looks like we've hired a salesperson who will start on Monday. So hopefully life will get a little bit easier. But we'll see what happens. You never know anymore if they even show up. So we'll see. But everybody have a fabulous Thursday. Be safe. Be kind. Drink lots of water, as they say. Or in my case, I'll probably drink a lot of coffee. But as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm. Be a booking monster. Like, thank you, Kay. Be sure to tell people about us because the more the merrier, and we can maybe get some attention from YouTube, and maybe they'll I don't know, help us be seen a little bit more from there. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. Thank you if you're watching it on replay. That's okay too. I appreciate all of you. Have a good day. God bless. Bye bye.